Hello friends, myself Subhas Nakarshi from Sri Digambar Jain Gurukul High School, Solapur. I shall welcome to all of you in this session of 10th Standard Science and Technology Part 1st. The topic is Periodic Classification of the Elements Part 1st. In this session, we are going to discuss with elements and their classification, Dobereiner's trade, Newland's laws of octaves, Mendeleev's periodic table, and modern periodic table. Friends, periodic classification of the elements. This is a very important topic. We have already get introduced with classification of the elements in the previous standards. You have to recall all those things that you have already learned to related to this topic. So in this chapter we are going to discuss on the following important subtopics in this session. So the first we are going to consider is classification of the elements, then Dobereiner's trades, Newland's laws of octaves, and the introduction to a scientist. Let us start with the classification of the elements. Friends, classification of the elements. Before going to start, we should have to recall the things that what are the types of the matter that you already learned in the previous standard. So the types of the matter are pure substances, that is elements and compounds, and mixtures. Second is what are the types of the elements. The types of the elements are metals, non-metals, and metalloids that we have already know. The properties of them are also you have learned. What are the smallest particles of the matter called? Very interesting. The smallest particle of the matter is an atom, that you already know. An atom consists of three main atomic particles that you know: electrons, protons, and neutrons. Apart from these, an atom consists of several other subatomic particles like quark is there, mesons are there, leptons are there. Friends, here these protons and neutrons are in the nucleus, whereas electrons are revolving around this nucleus. The next question: what is the difference between the molecules of the elements and compounds? The molecules of an element are made one or more atoms that are exactly alike, whereas the molecules of the compounds are made up of atoms of the different types. I think you have to recall all these things before going to start with the topic. Now we are going to learn the classification of the elements. Friends, in your home also you could know the classification is how much important. Your mom in the kitchen room will certainly plays an important role in classification of the different utensils and the foodstuffs. In similar manner, we will learn over here that we have learned in the previous standards that all the atoms of the elements are of only one type. Till today, as per the syllabus, we will see 118 elements are known to the scientist Boyle. However, around year 1800 only about 30 elements were known. More number of elements were discovered in the course of time. More and more information about the properties of these elements were gathered. To ease the study of such a large number of elements, scientists started studying the pattern, if any, in the vast information about them. You know that in the initial classification, elements were classified into two groups only: metals and non-metals. Later on, another class of these elements called metalloids was noticed. As the knowledge about elements are and that of the properties went on increasing, different scientists started trying out different methods of classification. So friends, we'll see now today Dobereiner's trades. He is the scientist Dobereiner. In the year 1817, a German scientist Dobereiner suggested that the properties of the elements are related to their atomic masses. He made groups of 3 elements each, having similar chemical properties, and called them triads. He arranged the 3 elements in a triad in the increasing order of their atomic masses, and showed that atomic mass of the middle element was approximately equal to the mean of the atomic masses of the other 2 elements, or extreme elements. However, all the known elements could not be classified into the Dobereiner's triad, but he plays an important role in classification of these elements. So here some of the elements given. Triads are explained over here. Here first triad is lithium, sodium, potassium, Li, Na, Elements actual masses: lithium Li 6.9, sodium is here. Mean of these first and 3. The third is this potassium, whose 39.1. The average of these two, 6.9 and 39.1 divided by 2, that is 23. but actually atomic mass of sodium is 23 only. So this proves to be a right trad. Then CaBr and CaSr and Ba, calcium, strontium and barium. This calcium is 40.1 first, and the second extreme is this uh, barium, and whose 137.3 is the atomic mass number. The average of these two is 40.1 plus this 137.3 upon 2, that leads to 88.7. But actually the atomic mass of strontium is 87.6, which approximately it is near. So it is also valid one. And the third is chlorine, bromine and iodine. Chlorine has 30.5 as atomic mass number, and iodine is 126.9. So adding these two and taking the average, that gives you 81.2. But as far as this bromine is concerned, its atomic mass number is 79.9, means nearly 80, and here it is 81.2 average. So it is approximately near. So this becomes one trad. Like this, that he has been studied all the elements and put them into trads. All are not trads, but whatever elements comes under this trad, he has been sorted out and listed them. Friends, you have to recall that identifies some Doberan's traits from the following groups of the elements having similar chemical properties. Can you recall? Can you tell? Here you can know Mg, calcium and strontium. They have given first group. Here in a Doberan's trait, the atomic masses of the middle element is approximately equal to the mean of the atomic masses of the other two elements that we know. Accordingly, the atomic mass of calcium could be written as atomic mass of this Mg plus atomic mass of this strontium divided by 2. Mg they have given 24.3, and this strontium plus 87.6 divided by 2. After this addition will come 1.9 divided by 2, that leads to 55.95. However, actual mass of this calcium is 40.1, and here it is 55.95. Hence elements magnesium, calcium and strontium do not form a Doberan's trait. Second, they have given that atomic mass of this selenium and will be equal to atomic mass of this sulfur plus atomic mass of this selenium divided by 2. That leads to 32.1 plus 127.6 divided by 2. And the addition is 159.7 divided by 2. That gives you 79.85, means approximately it is 79. This is equal to the actual mass of this selenium. So hence S, Se and Te form a Doberan trait. So second will forming a Doberan trait. We'll see the third one, where this Mg, atomic mass of Mg will be atomic mass of beryllium plus atomic mass of this calcium divided by 2. Beryllium is 9 plus 40.1, that will be 49.1 divided by 2. That leads to 24.55, and approximately it is a 24.3. So this is equal to the actual mass of this magnesium. So we can say that elements Be, Mg and Ca form a Doberan's trait. So friends, I think you got this one. Now we'll see the Newland's laws of octaves. Here is the scientist in Newland's. Friends, the English scientist John Newland corrected the atomic masses of the elements to their properties in a different way. In the year 1866, Newland arranged the elements known at that time in an increasing order of their atomic masses. It started with the lightest element hydrogen and ended up with the thorium. He found that every eighth element had a property similar to that of the first. For example, sodium is the eighth element from the lithium, and both have similar properties. Also, magnesium shows similar to beryllium, and chlorine shows similar with fluorine. Newlands compared this similarity with the octaves in music. He called the similarity observed in the eighth and the first element as the law of octaves. Friends, here is the table. That musical note you could see do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That is sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni in Marathi. In Marathi language, or we could say in musical language of India. So here H, L, I, B, B, C, N, O. Every eighth element, H to F, shows the same, F to Cl. These are showing the properties. You could say lithium, the eighth element is sodium. After that it is potassium. He put them in the same column. He showed that every eighth element has the property similar to that of the first. So friends, many limitations were found in the Newland's octaves. This law was found to be applicable only up to calcium. Here you can see the calcium. Newland's fitted all the known elements in the table of 7 by 8. That is 56 boxes were there. Newland's placed two elements each in the same boxes to accommodate all the known elements in the table. For example, cobalt and nickel you could see here, cesium and that of the lanthanum. Moreover, he placed some elements with different properties under the same note in the octave. For example, Newlands placed the metal cobalt and nickel under the note Do, or you can say that halogens, with the halogens he kept these two, which is in the second column you could see that cobalt and nickel, that has includes FClBr. These are the halogens, but he kept this cobalt and nickel in this family, in this Do or Sa. While Fe being similar with CO and nickel, away from them along with the this non-metals O and S under the note Ti. He have been kept at the last. Also, Newland's octaves did not have provision to accommodate the newly discovered elements. This was also a limitation. So the properties of the new elements discovered later on did not fit the Newland's law of octaves. So some limitations were there for him. Next, the research will not stop. It goes on continuously. Accordingly, the next development occurred in the this classification of the elements. Now we'll see one of the introduction to the scientist, well-known scientist. He is the Dobereiner. John Dobereiner, who born in 1780 and passed away in 1849, was a German chemist whose observations of the certain chemical elements contributed to the modern periodic table. Between 1817 to 1829, Dobereiner discovered that the atomic weight of the element strontium was midway between the weights of calcium and barium. This promoted him to group other elements into groups of the three or trades. Dobereiner's experiments showed the importance of sorting the elements according to their relative atomic weights. So friends, before the creation of the modern periodic table, scientists were constantly working on ways to arrange chemical elements into some sort of logical order. Dobereiner's traits were one of the earliest attempts at systematically organizing these elements. So friends, thank you for watching this video, and we will meet again in the next video. Till that, bye.